Have you started thinking about 2024? Have you thought about goals that you would like to accomplish next year? Have you sat down and even thought about some things that you would like to do? Have you reflected on 2023 and looked at all of the things that you accomplished or maybe didn't? Now, some people like to take the holiday season and the last month of the year to sort of reset and recharge, and that is totally okay. It's the perfect time to do it. It's getting colder, the days are shorter, and after a long year, we all need a little rest sometimes. But if you're like me and you want to get a head start on just figuring out what you want to do in the new year and how you're going to stick to your routine of doing it, then keep watching. Hello, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. We talk a lot about jujitsu on here, and we talk a little bit about health and wellness and fitness stuff. So if you're into all of that, then you're in the right place. Since today is December 1st and we officially have 1 month left of 2023, I want to go over the goals that I had last year, some things that I accomplished, and some things that I didn't accomplish. I want to talk about some new goals that I have for 2024, and I want to talk about how to set yourself up for a strong new year. Like I said earlier, this can definitely be the time of year to be a little bit lazy, to take a little bit of a break. But for me, I feel like I had a good enough break with my injury, so I want to end 2023 strong and just really get myself ready for 2024. So let's get right into goals that I had for 2023. My biggest goal, and if you've been around here for a little while, you probably know my biggest goal for 2023 was to get back into training jujitsu. For anybody new that may be watching, a little over a year ago, I went through a pretty tough injury that took me out of jiu-jitsu for a whole year. 2 months ago, I started training again, and it's pretty amazing to say that I accomplished my biggest goal. A few other goals that I had for 2023 was get back to teaching the kids classes, which I did. I did that way before I started training. I felt comfortable getting back to teaching the kids classes at my academy all the way back in February, so that was about 6 months post-op. Another goal I had was to reach 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we have not accomplished that yet. My little baby space on the internet is taking its sweet time growing. At the end of the day, as long as it continues to grow, that's all that matters. I'm just gonna keep putting content out there and staying consistent and getting better with my videos, and in 2023, we will get there. Another big goal that I had for 2023 was to completely revamp my makeup business. Fun fact, I've been a makeup artist for 9 years now, which is crazy. And after having to take a little bit of a break last year when I got injured, I really wanted to go into 2023 just revamping my whole business. I completely redid my kit. I built a whole new website from the ground up. And the past few months, especially now that I have a little bit more free time to work on my business, I've been putting a lot of work into just back-end marketing, business things that I needed in order to make myself better. A goal in 2023 that I did not accomplish was read 1 book a month. To be honest, I probably had the time, but it just kind of slipped through the cracks a little bit. Overall, I think 2023 was a pretty great year. It was a hard year, mainly because I was dealing with the recovery of my injury and after the surgery and just building my body back up. That is still a work in progress as well. But looking back on all of the goals that I accomplished, it was a pretty great year. And this is why I like to write down my goals, because after that year, when you kind of maybe forget the goals that you set, or you don't even realize all of the things that you accomplished, you can look back and really reflect and just kind of give yourself a pat on the back, you know? So now let's get into some 2024 goals. I actually wrote down quite a few goals for 2024 and grouped everything into a few different categories. So category number 1 is health, and that is to lose 10 pounds by the new year. I would love to accomplish it. If I don't reach 10 pounds, if I can at least get the ball rolling, then I'll be happy. This is not a goal that I would ever typically set. The only time that I've ever intentionally lost weight was when I had to drop weight for competitions, and that was really typically only ever maybe 5 pounds at the most. But to be quite honest, honest, I have put on 20 pounds since my surgery. You know, I don't quite know how it happened. Obviously, there were quite a few months where I was completely sedentary. I lost a ton of muscle. After surgery, I felt like my lower body was almost shaped differently. And then just over the course of 2023, here we are, I'm 20 pounds heavier, and I'm not comfortable with that. If you don't like what you look like, if you feel uncomfortable, if you know that you can be better, it is okay to want to change. Personally, my point of view is it is a form of self-love to want to be better, to want to work harder, to want to eat healthier and move more. So anywho, that is the first goal leading up to the new year. And I'm not going to do anything drastic. I'm simply just going to move more, especially now that I'm back to training jiu-jitsu and I'm rolling at a pace where I'm getting a really good sweat. I'm going to stick to training jiu-jitsu at least 3 times a week. If I can get in that 4th day, that would be great. Even on days where I'm not doing jiu-jitsu or I don't plan on lifting, trying to move a little bit more. Like today, I may work out, I may not, but tonight, me and a bunch of friends are gonna go rock climbing. So sticking to my workout program, but also finding different ways, different fun ways to incorporate movement. And as far as food goes, nothing too crazy. I really don't like counting my food. So what I'm focusing on is high protein meals and incorporating the starchy carbs, but not overdoing it, and making sure those carbs are from good sources, mainly sourdough. I'm obsessed with making sourdough, and that is probably one of the best starchy carbs that you can eat. So that's definitely a staple. Sweet potatoes, you know, maybe some rice, and then limiting the late night snacking. My jiu-jitsu goals are pretty simple. Every single week, I want to keep that goal of training at least 3 times, keep up with that consistency. I'm really trying to work back to rolling 100%. For me right now, 100% means not being timid, not thinking about my injury, and doing any kind of move, any kind of technique, and putting my body into any kind of position and being confident there. I would also like to get comfortable rolling with every person in the room again. Maybe not brand new 230-pound white belts, but I would love to start visiting different schools again and going to different open mats and meeting new people and rolling with them and not being afraid because I've never trained with them before. For work, I already mentioned that I want to keep building on my makeup brand. I want to surpass the number of weddings that I did in 2023 and just continue to build this luxury service brand, you know? For YouTube, reach 10,000 subscribers and then eventually in 2024 reach 15,000. And I would also love this year to be the year that I officially partner with the brand and have a brand deal, work with the brand, and not just get free product. For hobbies, last year I had the goal of reading 1 book a month. I did not do that, so I'm gonna readjust that goal a little bit and go down to 6 books for the year of 2024. That gives me at least 2 months to read a book, and to be quite honest, I feel like if I just stopped scrolling at night, then I can probably accomplish that. And the last goal is to become the sourdough queen. I'm obsessed with making sourdough. It's such a fulfilling hobby, and it's really a great skill to learn. Essentially, anything and everything that you can bake in the kitchen, I want to be able to do with sourdough. One, it's a really, really fulfilling way for me to be able to provide a lot of the food that me and Todd eat. And it's also a way for me to be creative. Any kind of way that I can use my hands and be creative, I usually enjoy doing it. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll start selling sourdough. We'll see. So those are my goals. I would love to hear some of your goals for 2024. Leave a comment and let me know. So how can we use this time now, the last month of 2023, to set ourselves up for a strong 2024? I think the main thing is establish a good routine for yourself, especially a morning routine. I'm a firm believer that if your morning starts off right, it really sets the tone for the day. Maybe that means waking up a little bit earlier. Stop hitting the snooze button, and I'm talking to myself here. That is, you know what? That's another goal. I gotta stop hitting that snooze button. If I set my alarm for 5:30, if I set my alarm for 6, I need to get out of bed. Find something in the morning that excites you, something that you can look forward to every single day. For me, that's a cup of coffee. I love my morning coffee. I look forward to it 7 days a week, 365 365 days a year. Since we're on the topic of routines and establishing a good routine to get you going for the new year, get on top of a good skincare routine. There is no better time like the present than to get your skin healthy, glowing. Trust me, it is like life-changing. Having a good skincare routine, looking forward to it every day and every night. I think it's one of the best forms of self-care and can just make you feel a little bit better every day. Develop a good nighttime routine. And this is something that I need to work on as well, because all of my jujitsu people out there, I'm sure you can understand, we get home late at night from training. We usually stuff some food in our mouths, and before we know it, it's time to go back to bed. But I would really like to establish a better wind down routine, red light therapy, my acupressure mat, different forms of self-care to get my body ready for a good night's sleep. And I would say the biggest tip for all of this is to write everything down. Recently, I've been enjoying writing everything down in Notion. I make all different kinds of pages in Notion. If you're a little bit more simple, my husband just bought a black and white marble notebook, and that's where he's gonna start writing everything down. Write down the things that you would like to accomplish. Write down the things that you did accomplish this past year, and maybe go over the things that you didn't and figure out a system and a way to adjust your goals for the new year. Make big goals, but also make little ones that are more attainable, that you can reach quicker, but will still help you reach those big goals. For example, YouTube, right? I wanna reach the 10K, I wanna reach the 15K. How am I gonna do that? One, be consistent. Make sure I'm putting out at least one video per week. What can I do for each video? Be a little bit better with editing, do a little bit more research, get more inspiration, try new techniques. All of these little things that add up over time, and before you know it, you're a whole new person. So I hope this video got you a little motivated to kind of get things going. December is just my favorite month of the year. I enjoy the winter. My birthday is in a few days. I'm a Christmas fanatic, and I always get excited knowing that the new year is right around the corner. So I hope now you feel a little bit more motivated to get up, get moving on your goals, and overall just figuring out how you're going to be a better version of yourself in 2024. Like I mentioned earlier, if you have any goals that you want to share or things that you've accomplished in 2023, leave a comment and let me know. I would absolutely love to hear. Thank you guys so much for your support, and until the next video, I will see you guys next time.